Hey guys, Marzinkin here bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so earlier today we got the reveal of the next Dokkan Fest exclusive that is going to be coming out on both Global and JP, because of course the games are synced now. So I guess going forward I don't actually have to say coming out on and then which particular version, because all the new characters will be coming out on both versions at the same time. I guess the only difference is going to be when we get the news for Global for the couple of units that we're still missing. But yeah, not to get sidetracked by that, the next unit coming out is going to be the AGL Dokkan Fest exclusive Vegeta. I posted a video earlier today, obviously going over all of his details, as well as the side banner unit Kui. And so I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on the unit now that the information has been out for a good few hours. I put this post up and have waited to get a decent number of replies before we jump in and start going over them here to see what the general consensus from the community is when it comes to how we're feeling about this Vegeta. Now, it's always interesting because we've talked about in the past how a lot of the times units will come out and people will severely underrate or even overrate them depending on who the character even is sometimes when these things first happen. But Vegeta certainly seems like an interesting unit. I gave my thoughts a little bit in that video when I talked about his details, so if you still haven't seen that, go check it out. I show the animations in that video as well. But yeah, we're just going to jump in here and see what the community is thinking. So shout out to our boy Raudo-kun. We have I'll Be a Hater here. I wanted Dokkan Fest exclusive final form Frieza. Yeah, a lot of people thought that the hint for the exploding sphere was potentially going to be Frieza exploding Krillin. I think a lot of people did immediately think of the Dirty Fireworks Vegeta, but yeah, Vegeta wise, he looks great. Seems like he'll do some good damage. Kit is pretty decent as well. Pretty strong unit. B-. Okay. I think he does look very good. I'm not sure how I would give him a ranking or anything at this point. I do kind of want to just see him in game first. But yeah, I think he certainly could be a very solid unit. So an interesting one. B-. Let me know what you guys think if you were going to give him a letter grade like right now. Then we have my boy AC. Passive reads great, but his animations to me feel super lackluster. Okay. I think his animations are quite good, personally. They're not like the craziest we've ever seen or anything like that, that's for sure. But I think they are quite good. So I'm quite happy with them overall, I would say. Gives all Brolys a 200% though, meaning Super Easy A, Legendary Super Saiyan Broly is basically a must run on his team. Yeah, very true. That guy, very, very good. Obviously can support all allies. Yeah, be a strong leader for him for sure. Pretty cool. Annie, amazing unit, will dominate current content, good leader, good teams. Only nitpick is no big bad bosses. Yeah, very strange, because the Int Vegeta, I talked about this in the details video, but the Int Vegeta that awakens into the 50% support, or their 60% supports now, but he is the same Vegeta, like the Dirty Fireworks, super attack and everything. And he has big bad bosses, but this one doesn't for some reason, which is interesting. I don't know if they maybe designed it based on, like, you know, AC's previous comment about how he's going to work well with a lot of these Broly characters. I wonder if they did that on purpose, just because Broly doesn't have it. Broly has, like, Saiyan links. So obviously this guy will work well with the Brolys that are on his leader skill, and it won't matter for those units in particular that he doesn't have big bad bosses, because obviously neither do they, right? Outside of Bio Broly, of course. Still crazy to me that we only have one Broly in the game that has big bad bosses, and it's Bio Broly, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, it definitely seems good. Annie pretty happy with it seems. Mega Nice feels like an upgraded version of Frieza. He stacks offense and nukes with the active, so the playstyle is similar, but he also has more defensive mechanics to help him survive. I like that he has no category restrictions as well. That is very true. So you can throw him on any, like, pure Saiyan team, Vegeta family team, and you don't have to worry about restrictions in his passive. W unit, exactly the type I enjoy to use. So yeah, good praise there from Mega Nice. Prof, our boy, the number 2 Heroes fan. Honestly, Vegeta is good, but not good enough to summon for him, at least not for me. Him dual stacking makes him valuable as soon as we get an actual Planet Namek Saga slot 1 unit, but right now the whole team needs Easy A's and Super Easy A's to be relevant again. So this is obviously something that we talked about fairly recently. Like, a lot of people really wanted to see the Easy A for Namek, Goku and Full Power Frieza as like the final bonus thing of the worldwide celebration, and of course now, you know, we know that we're getting the Gogeta and Janemba Easy A's instead. But those are units that definitely need easy A's to like massively power up that Namek Saga team. And the one thing that does sort of worry me about their potential, at least for the upcoming celebration, is of course those units are Dokkan Fest exclusive LRs. So I don't know whether they would easy A them in the middle of just like a normal quote unquote filler celebration, right? I don't know, maybe they would, but I'm not sure whether we could expect to see those easy A's happen in this celebration, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, the Namek Saga team hasn't had any updates for quite some time, so definitely we could do with some units getting easy A's or super easy A's outside of just the Namek Goku and Full Power Frieza. But I guess we will have to wait and see what is going to come with the celebration. But yeah, his team build will be very interesting. Like, he won't need to be the slot 1 unit on his own team, because obviously whilst he has Namek Saga as a leader skill, it's not the only part of his lead, right? So units like the Tech Broly, because he's on Inhuman Deeds, can be on his leader skill. He is of course a very, very good like go-to slot 1 unit. So the team overall doesn't suffer from it hugely necessarily. It's more so just the fact that the Namek Saga doesn't have the best options, but Vegeta's team, with the overall leader skill that he has the potential to be very good still. So Jordan, maybe I'm looking at a different unit from everyone else, but he kind of looks trash. I think just from reading his passive that we've seen, like, I think he looks quite good. We will need to see the numbers in game, and of course you've got to remember he is a nuking style unit. Now he does create his own orbs, like he creates rainbow orbs, and after he's performed a certain number of super attacks, he creates he does additional attacks and everything as well, and creates AGL orbs after doing a certain number of attacks. But I love it. I love Vegeta. I love Dokkan Battle. I will summon until he is 79% or 100% at best. Peak indeed, says Jay. Then we have Bad Choice, as he helps no one and shares a name with a fairly recent relevant Dokkan Fest exclusive TUR. Also, his animation is a yikes. Okay. So Shook over here, very much not happy with this Vegeta. Interesting, because like, I don't think his animations are bad. I don't think they're like the best we've ever seen, but as I mentioned earlier with was it AC's comment, I think his animations are good. Like I say, they're not the best we've ever seen, but I definitely don't think they are, to quote this, a yikes. But obviously let me know what you guys think down below. But that is a very interesting point, of course, and we mentioned this on the stream. He does share the same name as the Saiyan Day Vegeta, because he starts off in base as well, right, before becoming a Super Saiyan. So if you wanted to run this guy on the Vegeta family team with the Tech Vegeta lead, then obviously they are going to clash, and that Tech Vegeta is an ideal slot 1 unit, which means that if you run this guy on that Tech Vegeta team, realistically, until you transform your Tech Vegetas, this guy's going to end up just being a floating unit, which for a unit who's a stacker, that's not really ideal, right? You want him on rotation so he can get as many stacks as possible. And that other Tech Vegeta from Saiyan Day is a stacker as well. So you don't want to be sacrificing one of them on rotation to have the Int Vegeta on rotation. So it'll be interesting. I mean, I'm sure if we do pull this new Vegeta, right, we'll do a video using him on that Tech Vegeta team. I'm sure there'll be some ways that you can make it work, but the fact that he does share the same name with him is a little bit awkward. But I think it will still be an interesting combo, and we'll have to try it out in game for sure. But I think he's a good choice, but definitely relevant the fact that he is another base form Vegeta Dokkan Fest. So we have Elon Musk as a baby. I'm skipping to let my stone count recover from the Annie to the worldwide into worldwide banner rush on global, which is fair. But man, his kit is good. I'm annoyed he doesn't have the big bad bosses link, but otherwise his kit looks incredibly strong. 680% to all stats, 48% damage reduction, and stacks. It means he's a well-rounded unit. Because, yeah, 680% is coming from the fact that if you get 10 orbs, he has 500% extra attack and defense, which, as a unit that creates his own orbs, especially after he's done the supers and is making AGL orbs as well, hitting 10 orbs with him is probably not going to be that difficult unless you get really bad RNG. So then we have top 3, it would seem. Stacker and with good damage reduction and can nuke, seems pretty decent, yeah, for sure. I don't know, he seems alright. Glad Inhuman Deeds finally got a leader, yep, but overall he's a skip for me even as a Vegeta fan. Main problem is he's a stacker, just like Tech SSJ. You'll either be without links, float 1, aka less stacking, or transform Super Saiyan immediately, which means less stacks for him. This is exactly what I was saying, right? The problem of having those two Vegetas together. Because, yeah, you could keep them both on the same rotation and just means the Tech one in slot 1 would have no links. Which, I mean, realistically, he would be fine, like, I guess on the first turn against enemies that aren't hitting as crazy hard straight away. But yeah, you are kind of sacrificing a little bit by running them together. So something to bear in mind and think about when you're team building. David says, great unit, solid in any team he's run, good leader, good links, probably hits like a truck. Good animations from underrepresented moments in Dokkan. Yep, no complaints, to be honest. There you go. Praise all around. We like to see that. Animations, meh. I mean, there's a couple of people now that have mentioned it, which is, like I say, I don't agree, but interesting to see that that's how some of the people are feeling about the animations. Joe says he looks great beyond belief. They popped off here. I think they did a good job from what we can see so far. Ultra Vegeta is an amazing pick, but he feels orb dependent. I mean, yeah, kind of. Nuking style units always do suffer from needing orbs, right? So if you get really bad luck with rotations and orb field, then you can be in a bad spot with them. But of course, he is an orb changer himself to try and mitigate that at least as much as possible. So hopefully there won't be too many instances where you get caught and like not able to get a certain number of orbs that you need. But again, this is something that we'll see as we play with him. Now, the interesting thing, of course, as well, is that he's extreme AGL, and doesn't matter what kind of orbs he gets. Well, he has that thing where he needs to get 1 AGL orb, or he can get 5 orbs of any kind in total, which is obviously a bit easier to do depending on the field. But there's, remember, the AGL King Vegeta, who's the banner unit from Saiyan Day, who is an AGL orb changer, and he needs those orbs himself as well. But he's going to be providing a lot of support to this Vegeta, and the two of them together could potentially work really, really well. So that's definitely something I'd be interested in checking out as a rotation for sure. So he is good, but I only see big Vegeta fans summoning for this. Otherwise, it's a safe skip before Daima and the 10th anniversary. I mean, yeah, that is true. The timing of the banner is awkward. As with most filler Dokkan Fests, like if you're free to play or you don't spend a lot of money on the game, you're probably going to be more focused on saving for the big celebrations and stuff like that. So that's not like a detriment to the unit himself. That's just obviously, you know, being a victim of the schedule, I guess. He's great, but the only problem is that he got cut from Big Bad Bosses. Yeah, no Big Bad Bosses is disappointing. 60% support in Vegeta's SSR from the same fight has that, but not this guy, which is weird that they did that, because normally they're very strict with like, you know, this character from this moment like has this link, and therefore like all the other versions of them have to have it. Like we've seen that quite a lot in the past with other units. So it is a bit weird that they didn't do the same thing with this Vegeta, but it is what it is. The Dirty Fireworks animation was disappointing, can't lie. My only critique is the animations. That's how you know the unit is good. So yeah, again, a couple of people mentioning the animations. I think they're good, but the thing with the Dirty Fireworks one is it's just kind of short, but I mean, I guess it is when it happens, but I think it looks decent. He's a slot 2 unit that really needs his own orb changing. Unless his active turn is better than I'm expecting, I don't like him. Okay, interesting. Like I say, I think when we see him in game, in practice, he should be very good, but it is always good to reserve judgment until we see what's going on. This is one of those situations for me where I think I might be more excited for whatever EZA/Super EZAs we're going to get, more than I am for the actual main or banner units. But as with all new units, I'll actually have to see them in game first to see how they perform. Yeah, very true. And yeah, the EZAs or Super EZA potential, we already mentioned Namek, Goku and Full Power Frieza. There's the Part 2 LRs from that worldwide as well, the AGL, Krillin and Gohan, and the In Exchange Vegeta. I'd love to see that In Exchange Vegeta get a really good EZA, because obviously he would be on the full 200% for this team as well. That certainly could be very interesting. I'm not sure what other big Namek Saga normal EZAs. I guess there's the banner units for the Goku and Full Power Frieza as well. But of course they're not going to happen unless those main units actually do get EZAs. So there's certainly some interesting things that could happen for the Namek Saga to get some extra buffs. But obviously we have to wait and see. Alex is a skip. Fair enough. Don't really care. Just EZA in Goku. Yeah, exactly. That's what we all want to see. If the stats he gets from orbs are permanent, pretty good. If he needs to get orbs every appearance for stats, well, I mean, he will do, right? He's a nuking style unit. He gets a certain amount of percentage attack and defense per orb obtained up to 500%. That's going to be every turn. I mean, that's just how nuking units work, right? That's always how nuking units work. And I've seen some calcs for him, and it looks like he is going to be very good. I've seen calcs that show him with, like, if you pick up the 10 orbs, he has, like, over 2 million defense start of turn. And bear in mind, he has damage reduction as well. So that's very, very good. Very cool overall design, but his animations are a bit weak. Most people should skip. For myself, I'm going to see what's on the banner. If Super Saiyan Vegeta returns, then I might summon... or I might get him with coins and save for heroes. Yeah, that's the thing. We're not sure yet when the Saiyan Day Vegeta is going to return. Usually the Saiyan Day unit does return in October, so there is the possibility that Saiyan Day Vegeta will actually be on this guy's banner, which will of course give his banner a decent bit of extra value, especially because, as we've already said, even though they do kind of clash, you can run them on each other's teams, right? So that would certainly be interesting. Well, actually, I'm not sure if the Tech Vegeta is on the categories for this guy, because I don't think he's on Inhuman Deeds, is he? But this new Vegeta obviously is on the Saiyan Day Vegeta's 200% leader skill. I love Vegeta. Happy to see he's getting strong units in 2024. Yep, the Tech Vegeta, now this guy. We really need a new Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Then Celtic Link looks like a lot of fun. And Chili looks cool, but is an easy skip. So kind of a mixed bag. A lot of people think that he looks really good. A couple of people saying he doesn't look that great. And we've had quite a few people mention the quality of the animation. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If you didn't get into the video, maybe you potentially made the comment like after I'd recorded this, or you just didn't see the tweet, or you don't use Twitter. Do let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section on what you think about this Vegeta. Will you be summoning for him? Will you be waiting to see what the banner is like? Obviously, bear in mind that this banner going forward with all these like filler Dokkan Fests, we are going to have the pity system that is the same as the legendary summon banner. So 500 coins, 200 coins, so basically 1,000 stones worth of summons. But that's always going to be less than 1,000 because you can trade in the SSRs that you pull that are already rainbowed. I think on average for me, as someone who can trade in a lot of SSRs, because I have most units in the game rainbowed, it works out at around 700 stones if you're getting at least a couple of multis every few multis where you're getting 2 or 3 SSRs. So that's going to be very interesting. Obviously very beneficial for somebody like me, right, as a content creator. I just want to be able to grab that one copy so I can make videos. And now I know that if I spend at least a certain amount of stones, I'm guaranteed to get a copy of him. So that is good. And of course, every third multi has guaranteed featured. So there'll be a bunch of people out there that will just pull him on the third multi as the guaranteed featured. So the banner format should be decent. I will make a summon or skip video the night before the banner comes out, because we should have some more information then, including potentially the banner art, which will show like obviously the banner unit, but a couple of the other featured units. And if Saiyan Day Tech Vegeta is going to return on that banner, he would definitely be shown on the banner art. So we may know that by the time, well, the data download I think is tomorrow, so we should hopefully know that information soon. And I of course will let you guys know once we know. I'll do a breakdown of the data download. The global Dokkan is in maintenance tomorrow until 8 AM my time, so a little bit after. The early stream will be delayed by an hour. All that information is in my stream schedule section in the Discord, so do make sure you join the Discord if you want to stay up to date with everything going on. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Vegeta down below in the comments section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.